You're now listening to the Chewing Ground podcast.
What is up, guys? It has been so long. I know not for you guys, but for me, it's been 3 weeks, over 3 weeks since I filmed a podcast. If you guys didn't know, my last 3 podcasts were actually stockpiled before my trip to Europe. And yeah, man, I just got back from Europe just 2 days ago. It's been a crazy, crazy time past few weeks, and man, it's out of this world. I actually posted a poll on my Instagram story. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I ask a lot of advice on what things to talk about and things like that. And it looks like the majority of you guys want me to talk about my Europe trip, which I'm excited about because I kind of wanted to do that anyways. I'm going to save the other option, which is conspiracy theories, for when I'm with a guest. Probably going to get really baked for that one. I haven't smoked in I haven't gotten high in, God, probably like 8-9 months, but probably do it for that one. Actually, over a year. Now I'm thinking about it. Holy crap, it's been a while since I've been toked. Anyways, yeah, man, Europe was freaking crazy. But before we get into Europe, I do want to say a couple things. First off, I want to say please, please, please stay tuned for this next episode because I have a very, very, very special guest. My niece, Lana, is going to come on. She's 6 years old. It's going to be a blast. If you guys know me from my main channel or on my Instagram, you guys will know how much I love that little girl. She's pretty much like my daughter at this point. Yeah, I'm super excited to see how she's going to do in a talking environment for a long format. Who knows how long that podcast will actually last, knowing her attention span, but we'll do our best to make it interesting. We're going to have like games planned and a lot of fun things, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Also, my last few podcasts, I know they didn't do well because I didn't really promote them because I was busy in Europe. Obviously, I kind of just hit the upload button and see what happens from there. But if you guys haven't listened to those yet, some of them are really interesting. I went through some interesting points. This one probably won't get a crazy amount of views, but I am going to promote it a fair amount. So we'll see. Hopefully, my goal is to hit like 50 views. I'll be happy with that. 50 views and like 20 downloads. Yeah, that'd be solid. All right. So let's get into the topics. Things that we're going to talk about today is everything Europe based. I'm going to probably briefly mention a few future guests that I'm going to have on the podcast. And then also, talk about like Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, with Europe though, I'm gonna go deep into tips on what to do during this time, like with the the virus and everything like that, and also like just tips in general on how to travel when you guys are there, especially for first time travelers. And then also I'm gonna rank each of the places that I've been to. I made fun little like sound bites or background music for each segment or each country slash city that I'm in. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. And yeah, we're gonna dive deep into the foods that I ate, the experience, things that I went to a soccer game, things like that. Yeah. So with that being said, let's get right into the topics. Yeah. So if you guys didn't know, for the past 3 weeks now, I have been in Europe. The trip started in October the 5th, 17th, I don't fucking know. I think 18th or something. I don't know. 18th. Yeah, I think it was October 18th. And we went to 5 different cities. It was a blast. We went to London, Florence, Venice. London, Venice. Then technically we stopped by Reggio Emilia, which you guys won't know. It's like a super small town. And then we went to Florence, then Greece. I went back to Florence personally, but my family went to Paris, and then I met them in Paris. And I'll explain everything in a second. This is going to be a quick podcast. Hopefully, I'm going to knock out like an hour. I really just want to be consistent and still upload. Like, I'm honestly still jet lagged right now. So if I sound like complete garbage, you guys know why. But I'm doing my best to be consistent every freaking Tuesday, guys. Y'all know the deal. Anyways, let's get into my trip. So if you guys didn't know, I film food tours on my main channel. So part of this trip was like the main reasons I took this trip was, one, Lauren, my beautiful girlfriend, which we hit 1 year, which hold up. Yes. Thank you, everybody. We hit 1 year during November 1st in Europe, and that's why I went back to Florence to celebrate that with her. And that was the main reason. Also, my family's never been to Europe. I've never been to Europe besides my sister. My sister has been twice. But me, my mom, and dad, they all went with me. And yeah, none of us have been to Europe, so it was a great big deal for that. And also, I filmed a bunch of food tour content, which I'm super excited about because I know I haven't uploaded in like a month for my main channel. So if you guys are a fan of that, please, please, please stay tuned. There's going to be some freaking dope content. I'm gonna talk about my Europe experience on this podcast, but if you guys really want to see most of it, it's gonna be on those vlogs. So yeah, let's run through everything. So I planned 5 different cities, right? London was first, and with that being said, let me play the London music in the background. All right, played some classical music, even though technically this guy, this composer, was not British. So, we went to London. It was me, my sister, mother, and father. And Lauren was going to meet us there. I'm going to stop with the accent. Yeah, so we went to London, and Lauren was going to meet us there the day that we arrived. We went over an overnight direct flight. Bro, I'm telling you guys, if you can find a direct flight to Europe, that is so clutch. It was like 8 hours. It was not bad at all. Like, and we slept through the plane, and then when we woke up, it was game time. Like, because it was, I think the flight was at, the flight was at like 10 at night or something like that. And then we arrived at like 8 a.m. or whatever with the time change. But we got there at like 7, 8 a.m. And okay, so here's the first tip. If you're traveling during this time right now, England is, I think, the only place that makes you guarantee to book a test beforehand when you are there. So we got tested that morning at the airport. You have to pay for it too because you're not a British citizen. And it is, I mean, it's not terrible, but for 4 people, it was about 200 euros. So 240 bucks US, which is pretty shitty, but you know, it is what it is. So we got tested. All of us got negative, lit as titties. First day in London. So my experience in London, I'm going to tell you guys right off the bat. London was dope, but it's a lot like New York City, just cleaner and better architecture. I would say it's not as like lit as New York City in terms of like the amount of food, because food in New York City is like literally the best. Like I think New York City is probably my favorite food town. That and then like Los Angeles, Las Vegas. But in terms of food, it's not as good as New York, but everyone's out and about 24/7, especially the location we were in. And yeah, everyone speaks English, which is super nice. And you'll see what I mean later, because the other countries we went to, it was tough. But you know, London was easy. Everyone speaks English. The vibes were chill for the most part. They were a little stiff there. They weren't the meanest country we've been to, but I'd say they were probably the second meanest. I do recommend London. That's seal of approval. Definitely at least go there once. London is huge too, guys. Actual London is equivalent to me. It feels like New York City in a way. I'm sure the New York City actually has a higher population and has a higher like population density. But in terms of like general location and mass, London is freaking huge. There's like inner London, outer London. Anyways, if you guys plan to go to London, I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys stay in Soho. Soho is about 10-minute drive from the Buckingham Palace, the London Eye, just about everything, right? Like the mall, Camden Town, and on top of that, you guys are in the heart of everything, right next to Chinatown, right next to like a bunch of things going on. And so we got to stay right in Soho. It was so awesome. Man, dude, I think the best thing about London personally was seeing the sights, because the food was not all that great. I have a funny story with that, but other than that, like the vibe, awesome. Seeing all the architecture, it reminded me, you know, like movies. You know, you'd watch like the movies of the old like British days and shit. Civil War time. Yeah, it was cool. It was definitely cool. They got older architecture. Not the coolest architecture I've seen throughout the whole trip, but way better than American, because, you know, obviously American architecture is more modern and new. So sorry, I'm cleaning my laptop. I know it's gross. But yeah, so London was cool and all. The best thing I got to do was London Eye and Buckingham. So after the London Eye, we walked to the Buckingham Palace, which was like 20 minutes. I got to see my mom and dad for the first time, like super excited for stuff. Like, you got to understand, my dad never gets excited for a lot of things. He's like just into fishing, and that was about it. Then when they got to London, it was like the first time we got to see them, like, oh my God, they were actually really excited. They were like recording. They were going on Facebook Live, like typical parents showing off to all their like family and family members from back home. Like, oh my God, we're here out in London at the Queen's Palace, all this stuff. We got a bunch of pictures taken. Super fun. Got to see a lot of different things. Oh, I got to try an English breakfast. You guys didn't know what that was. It's like baked beans, what is it, Yorkshire pudding or whatever. It's pretty much blood, like pork blood pudding. Asians eat that shit, kind of. They fry it though, or like I don't know. And then sausage. It's like sausage, eggs. Yeah, just freaking breakfast food. Honestly, English breakfast might be a little bit overrated. It's not that. It's all right. American breakfast kind of wins personally. Like eggs, bacon, freaking hash browns and shit. Like that shit slaps. But I do want to say, man, London food is not that great. Like America here, London like here, bro. Like they have a lot of cultures of food, which is nice because it's a very diverse area. However, man, like I don't know, there's something about it. It's just it doesn't hit, bro. And I got to tell you guys, I was so hyped because the second day we were in London, I had booked a reservation for Tao's birthday, or Tao's birthday wasn't there yet. It was on the 26th, and this was the 22nd or something, but we were still going to celebrate it like throughout all the dinners. And play some music. There you go. We went to Gordon Ramsay's 3 Michelin star London restaurant. You guys got to understand, I love Gordon Ramsay, favorite chef. He's pretty much an idol to me when it comes to cooking, food, everything. He follows me on Instagram even. And my favorite restaurant up like ever is Hell's Kitchen in Las Vegas, which is one of his. And I was like, yo, this is a 3 Michelin star restaurant. Like it was hard to get reservations. I'm super hype about it. It's very expensive too. It's like 200 euros per person, which is like ridiculous, right? So we're all sitting there first, right off the bat. And you know, I don't want to like give crap to Gordon Ramsay. This is just my personal experience. Other people might have a great experience, but right off the bat, I felt judged the whole time. We were the only Asians and we weren't dressed in suits. And I'm sorry, I'm not dressing in a suit. Like that's just not my style. I dressed in like pants, like jeans, and it was ripped jeans too, and like a sweater, bro. I'm not gonna wear all that fancy shit. Like fuck that. Anyways, so I felt judged as hell. Like everybody was like looking at us. People were looking around. It's a very small area. Like there's probably like 12 tables total in the whole freaking restaurant. 12 tables. So we're sitting in the heart of it, right in the middle. And first, I feel judged. Second, I'm like hyped though. I'm like, yo, the food's gonna be gas. It's gotta be. It's Gordon Ramsay's. So we order the menu, and me, my sister, and my mother got the surprise menu where they don't tell you what it is until we get it. And then Lauren and my dad got the preset menu where you can actually see what it is, right? Poor freaking Lauren. First off, all the food, almost all the food besides like 2 things, and you got to know it's like 9 or 10 plates, right? They're all tiny though. Probably besides 2 things were all seafood, and Lauren doesn't really love seafood. Like there's a lot of seafood she doesn't eat. They literally did everything that she doesn't eat. It's so bad, man. And I didn't know because in the preset menu they use like fancy words like fucking shell thingy-majig. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, so first off, it takes forever to go between plates. So like the whole experience was 4.5 hours, bro. And like I know some people like sitting down that long for dinner, but yo boy, it was a competitive eater at one point, amateur. So like, bro, I like to eat and like I like a lot of food. The plates were so small, and I knew that was what fancy food was gonna be, but I also thought it was gonna taste a lot better. The food was like, bro, like honestly, it didn't taste bad, but if I were to rank it all, 7.5 maybe in terms of taste. In presentation, fire. Like it looks amazing, but I don't give a fuck about how it looks. I care about how it tastes, bro. It was ass. I mean, we got to bro, like the experience was so funny. I mean, all in all, because of who I was with, the experience was fine, but I would never go there again. Just personally, Hell's Kitchen by Gordon Ramsay is still my favorite restaurant. Like this one is not even my top 50, 100, bro. Honestly, it's probably on my bottom like 100. No offense to Gordon, man. Just not. It's not for me. Hell's Kitchen was awesome though. But anyways, in that experience where we all sat, So much happened because we literally sat there for 4.5 hours with nothing to do, bro. Like, we would eat, it would take like 5 minutes to eat everything, and then there'd be a 20 to 25 minute gap into the next plate. So we talked a ton. Lauren got to know my parents a lot. Then my dad started telling the story of how he grew up in like if you guys didn't know, in my last podcast, the one that I cried about. Oh, actually two podcasts ago when I cried. Or wait, was that 3 ago? I don't know. One of the solo podcasts, I told some of the story of how we got to America, and he told her, and he started crying because of how proud he was of me and my sister. And then my mom started crying. Then I started crying, but it was crazy. Oh yeah, and at one point, Tao almost fell asleep. Oh, actually, Tao did fall asleep. Holy shit, I got that on camera too, so stay tuned in the vlog. Oh my God, what an experience. But overall, London was cool. If I were to rank London, like, definitely must go just to experience it. London was like a solid, 8. 8 of an experience for sure. Or like 7.8, yeah. I definitely go again. Now, would I go again like soon? No, that's probably not on my like next list. It would be one of those spots that I would go again in like years down the road. All right, so after London, we got into Oh yeah. So I'm gonna take a little cut break real quick. I'll continue the music though. I want to tell you guys about tips for Europe as a whole as we go along. And here's my first like bit of tips. Pack light if you're planning on going to a lot of countries. That's kind of like basic, but I guess some people wouldn't know that. We try to do one luggage, like rolling luggage with each of us, and then one backpack, and for the ladies, like a smaller backpack, just because if you're going to travel to a lot of places, there is going to be a lot of walking involved, even if you're going to your hotels, things like that. And before you even get to the hotel, there's probably going to be some segment of walking, especially if you're going to big cities. And then later on, if you travel with trains, which we did, you're going to have to bring the luggage with you. You're not going to want to bring 2 with you, bruh. Now, if you want to go back home and check a bag, that's a different story. You can get a bag there at the end, or a box like we did. We got boxes because it was free. Like, the store just gave us boxes. And then you can pack stuff back. But pack really light, man. I'm telling you. As for food tips, I'll save that later when we get into Italy and stuff like that. But yeah, make sure that you guys aren't dressing super fancy. I know my sister does, but like, you can if you want. But in terms of safety, and London was pretty safe. For the most part, London was pretty safe, especially in the Soho area. But once we get into later on in the story, I'll tell you guys a little bit more about shit that happened. You're gonna want to be really safe and dress normal. Don't over exaggerate your dress style on brands and stuff, because people that know you're a tourist, especially like pickpocketers, things like that, they're gonna target you. And also, I highly recommend, especially for dudes, actually for girls too, get some form of like a pouch that is that you can hide under your clothes. I had a waist pouch. It's almost like a fanny pack on our waist, where I could hold all my cards, cash, everything, and I could hide it. So if no one sees me actually pulling out shit, and if someone were to try to steal that shit, it would be really hard. Like, you'd have to like unclip and then snag, and they don't even know where the clip is at because it's kind of like hidden. You know what I'm saying? Highly recommend that. More tips throughout the story. So now, this is the crazy experience. So after London, we wake up early, and low-key, this is my fault. I take blame for this because I read the times wrong. It's all military time, and I got a little confused, and I thought we had a ton of time to get to the airport, so I told my sister that she can get her hair done, whatever, right? So I called an Uber to get to the airport because we're about to go to Venice, Italy, for the next spot. The fucking Uber was a dick, dude. Fuck that guy. I gave him 1 star. I gave him 1 star because it was a terrible experience. We called an Uber XL that said it fits 5 or 6 people, I think, right? We're 5 people. He comes up and he goes, "Oh, I can't fit you guys." And I go, "Excuse me," and we called an Uber XL. He's like, "Yeah, but you guys have luggage." And I'm like, "Motherfucker, we're going to the airport. What do you think? You think we were just gonna have luggage? Like, really? Come on now. Don't accept the fucking call next time. Like, you think a little bit." Sorry, that really pissed me off because of what happened next. So we had to call another Uber. Shout out to, I forgot his name. Indian dude with the Tesla. God, I have his name somewhere. Where's my phone? Oh, right here. Hold up. I really want to shout this guy out because he was dope. If you guys are in London, I highly recommend you guys get this guy as a driver. Uber, wait, no, London. Yes, Karun. His Karun, the Tesla London driver. Look it up. He's dope. I fucks with him. If you guys want his contact, hit me my DMs. He drives this Tesla. It's relatively new to like 2018, 2019 Tesla. Tesla X, I think the nicest one with the butterfly doors. Fucking sick experience. Fits everybody, all 5 of us, all the luggage, because there's 2 trunks. God damn, he showed me the whole Tesla experience. Awesome. But but anyways, actually I'm not gonna say that because it's private shit that he told me. But anyways, it's cool stuff though. Freaking, there was traffic too, bro, because there was an accident, and then we got to the airport like late, and I thought we had more time than we did, but we didn't. I read the times wrong, and then, dude, it was a small airport. There was hella hassle. They literally told us, they were like, you guys aren't gonna make the flight. We were like, fuck, and they were like trying to expedite everything. Then when we went to baggage, I don't know why, but the Stansted Airport in London, small airport. If you guys are going to Stansted, please plan ahead a lot of time because they are so thorough. Dude, they make you take out all your liquids and gels, even if it's tiny. Put it in a bag, and each person gets one tiny bag. So you have to throw away everything else, bro. It was fucking stupid and wild of an experience. Anyways, so we missed our fucking flight. It was like crazy, bro. We were all pissed as hell. And then we were like, all right, just figuring out what to do next. The game plan was there was no flights that day, so we had to book a 6 a.m. flight at another fucking airport. But everyone wanted to actually sleep on a bed and not just in the airport. Now thinking back at it, we probably should just step in the airport. But we went all the way we got a 2-hour Uber, like middle of the night, bro. It's like, by the time we got to, we had to book a hotel next to the other airport, the main airport of London, the big one. And we went there. It's like 11:30, 12 at night, and our flight's at 6, right? So we got to be, or like at 7, something like that. We got to be at the airport at 4:30, but it's right next to the hotel. We get there at like 11, bro, and we had to eat. So we ate, but we might have all got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep that night. Anyways, we wake up, also shout out to the waiter at the Hilton, because right next to the main airport in London. Dude was dope. He gave me hella chocolate. He was cool as fuck. Anyway, so we wake up. We head to the airport. Everything is good. Finally, we made it to Venice. Oh, but in the airport at London, holy shit, this is so funny, dude. Guys, oh my God. I mean, most people consider this embarrassing. I think it's fucking hilarious that this happened. So we're getting checked, like bags, when you go through the not TSA if you're in London, but like the little section where they check your bags and shit through the machines, and customs or whatever. So we're going through it, and my bag has to be checked. Like they have to like go through it. This young black lady, she's got to be what, 20, 25, 26, like late 20s, very pretty, tall, right? She comes up to me, she goes, "Excuse me, do you have any metal in your luggage?" And I'm in my head, I'm like, nah, I don't got shit, bro. Like, not that I can think of besides keys or something like that. She goes, "We found something." And then she like kind of pulled me aside a little bit just to talk to me alone. "Do you have handcuffs?" Let it be known, Lauren got me handcuffs from Amsterdam as a little gift for sexual purposes. Just putting it out there. And I fucking bust out laughing, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, those are for, intercourse." And she starts dying of laughter, bro. And dude, they have like fucking red little like fur on the like, how do you not know that? And I was just like, I mean, they're not like real handcuffs. And she goes, "Well, we're gonna have to discard those." And then she throws it away. And then she uses hand sanitizer, and she's like, "I don't know where those have been. I should probably tell your mom," as a joke. And God, that experience was so fucking funny. Anyways, we made it to Venice. So let's play some Venice music. Hey, Italian music. You know what's up? Um, we were in the Venice, and you know my accent. Oh, I learned some words by the way. Ciao. I learned ciao is hello. Grazie is thank you. Or no, sorry, grazie. And then grazie mille is thank you very much or something like that. Ragazza. I knew some of that shit. Yeah. Anyways, so oh, this is a good time to tell. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna save those tips. But anyway, so we're in Venice, right? Venice, Italy. We arrived pretty early and we got a water bus. I fucked up. I meant to get a water taxi, but I got a water bus. I highly recommend if you have the money, go with water taxi. It's more expensive, but if you're in deeper in Venice, I would say water taxi. But if you get a water bus, you get to see everything, which is pretty cool. But it stops at every stop, so it's longer. So we got a water bus. It took like an hour to get to the actual part of the island that we wanted to be at, but it was cool. Everybody got to see everything. The only problem with it taking so long was everyone was hungry as fuck. So we got into Venice. God, everything is on water. It's super sick. Highly, like, super recommend Venice, man. I had a blast. Like, dog, like, that experience was a solid 9 out of 5. It was awesome. Highly recommend it. It was so cool to see everything. I wouldn't stay there that long, though. If you're planning on going to Venice, I recommend 3 days tops, maybe 4 days tops. Honestly, 4 days might be too much, unless you're planning on going to every island. 3 days is great, like 2 nights. Boom. Because the whole experience, dude, we had so much fun. Because it got cut short, though, we had to do as much as we can, as fast as we can. So when we got there, we went to the hotel. Oh, my God. The only bad experience in all of Venice was the first time we got into the hotel. This fucking short Asian dude. I know, me, right? Not like my twin, pretty much. He was trying to check us in, and he was like, I'm sorry, you guys are going to have to get the green pass. And I read before, I was like, bro, you guys literally said in your email that American COVID cards work. And he was like, oh, the rules changed. And I was like, bro, how are you not going to tell me this? So, like, what are we going to do? We're going to just fucking get shafted on our hotel. And so he makes us go to the pharmacy to ask them if our COVID cards are accepted. I'm like, bro, how would you not know that? So we went to the fucking pharmacy. They're kind of like being weird. I can't understand. We go back. Lauren pulls the most G move in the world. She calls her academic advisor in Florence, Italy, because she's studying abroad there. And her travel advisor, whatever. Her advisor freaking starts yelling at this dude in Italian, bruh. And this dude, like, he literally can't get a word off. And long story short, he was like, here's the key to the room. She was very much like, bro, like, you know that it's allowed, right? Like, what the fuck is you doing, bro? You tripping? So anyways, that was an experience. We got into the room. The room's lit. It's beautiful. The only shitty thing is that me and Lauren there's no doors between the two rooms, so it's an open concept. And me and Lauren can't do the nasty because parents are there and which is hilarious. Anyways, I think we might have still done it in the bathroom, if I'm not mistaken. So we sorry, someone was calling me on my phone. Let me put it on Do Not Disturb because I am podcasting right now. Hey, Tao, I'm on a podcast. I'm on a podcast. Oh. Bye. Sorry, bye. All right, so sorry about that, guys. I'm probably gonna leave that in too because I'm so lazy to edit today. So apologies. My sister just called me, and I was just like, I'm on a podcast. I know I sound like a dick. Anyway, so we're in Venice, right? Dog. So it's so lit. You gotta go. If you're in Venice, you have to go to San Marcos. We go to San Marcos. Although I wouldn't recommend you getting coffee there or like any food there. It's super overpriced and not that good. Honestly, food in Venice as a whole, it was better than London, but it wasn't all that great. The only thing I would say Venice slaps in is gelato. Like, their gelato's fire, bruh. But that's probably it. Oh, their sorbet. Sorbet and gelato are fire. But, like, everything else was, like, really good Italian food, but not great. Like, not knock your socks off. So, if you're going to Venice, it's more for the experience. So, things I recommend that you got to do. Go to San Marcos. Go to the go on a gondola if you have the money. It's kind of expensive, but it's not too bad. Like we spent, I think it was like 50 euros for all of us to go on a gondola trip for like half an hour. It was pretty cool. The guy was chill. You get a picture there, everything. Yeah, and for the most part, everyone's welcoming for tourists. Everyone's pretty nice. We had one run-in with a guy who was staying outside our hotel, like down, like at another hotel close by, who kept saying "ni hao" to us. And my dad confronts him in like a kind way. He goes, "Oh, we're Vietnamese," and he goes, "Oh, Korean?" And he was like, "Nah, bro, Vietnamese." And he goes, "Not ni hao, like jiao." That's actually how we say hello. And so when we would walk by, he would be like, "Ciao, ciao, ciao," and I was like, "I'm dead." Also, my dad found out that in Italian it's ciao, so he thought he was so cool by saying ciao because he knows how to say. Because in our language, hello is ciao, ciao, which is really close. So he kept saying it as if he knew Italian. It was so funny. He would like walk around and be like, ciao, 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 ciao. So after Venice, what else was an experience in Venice? Oh yeah, San Marcos, gondola, definitely do those. I mean, dude. Oh yeah, we got to get dinner with my friend Mateo. If you guys didn't know, he was on the podcast. I think my most viewed podcast, actually. We got to see Mateo and his girlfriend, Allie. She was great. He was dope. I ran into a bullfighter. Let me tell you guys about this experience, dude. Shout out to, I think his name, I know his last name. I'm trying to think of his first name, though. Because we are officially little buddies. He follows me. Let me find him on my following list. Andres. That's right. So when I told Mateo, I was like, "Yo, for dinner tonight, you pick the spot." And he goes, "There's this really nice spot. It has a great view and famous people have been there. But like, do you want to go there? It's kind of expensive." My sister's like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Let's go." So we go there. We celebrate my sister's birthday and also Mateo's birthday and also Lauren's birthday because all their birthdays are that one like week and a half. So celebrate everybody's birthday. We had a great time. And I went to the bathroom before the dinner was over, and the guy that was next to our table was on a date with his girl, I'm assuming. And he's really tall, skinny lad, handsome guy. And he was, washing his hands. And I had just finished peeing. I was about to wash my hands. And I go up to him like, "You look spiffy." And he goes, "You are artist." And he like pointed at this because I had my mic on, my lab mic. And I was like, or lapel mic. I was like, "Yeah, I'm a YouTuber." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a YouTuber." He's like, "Oh, YouTuber. A film?" And I was like, yeah. I do like food videos and stuff. He's like, "Oh, very cool." And then he pulls out his phone. He's like, "What is your Instagram?" I pulled it out. He follows me. I follow him back. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy's like legit. He has got a verified sign, 200K. His name is Andreas Roca Ray. You guys can look him up. And he was super cool. And the crazy thing is when our dinner was over, he like pulled me aside and he was like, "Let's take a picture. You are famous." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not famous. I'm like 20K. You have like 200,000, which is really," and it was humble of him. But he invited us out to go clubbing. And it was so funny because he seemed like he was about it, bro, like trying to get lit as fuck. But we had a flight the next morning, so we ended up not going. But we had a drink with Mateo and Allie, which was dope. I hope they're doing well. We're definitely going to hang out with them again. Yeah, so overall experience of Venice, great. Highly recommend. Go to San Marcos. Go to freaking the gondolas. Like, everything there, the culture there is so cool because you see everything's on water and everybody's walking. If you're in the actual mainland. Crazy experience. And then after that, we got on a train. Also, highly recommend. Pro tip. If you guys go on a train in Italy, stick to Trenitalia. Those are the nicest trains. And if you can afford the extra bit of euros, I think it's like maybe 20 extra euros per person, go business class. Because, dude, business class is fucking sick. We did that on our second train. When we went to the train station, bro, it was such bad luck. We missed the train because we couldn't understand where it was because on the ticket it said 5 and I was like 5, but it ended up being 6. Anyways, so the train just ran off before we even make it. And luckily the lady there was able to help me get a new train ticket for no charge, and we ended up getting a train ticket. to one that would be really close to we're going to Reggio Emilia, by the way, so really close to the game. We're going to a soccer game because Matteo's little brother Gianluca, who was also on the podcast recently, went to my high school, represent Western Guildford. He plays for Venezia, and they were in an away game at Reggio Emilia, which is like the smallest town ever, playing Sassuolo or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. So we drive out there, and then we went on the train there. Trains are sick, by the way. Just be careful with your stuff if you're not in business class. But Trenitalia is a lot more like nicer, so I think you're good for the most part. I definitely recommend paying extra to go to the high-speed train and not the basic train. It gets you everywhere a lot faster. Like the whole trip was just an hour instead of like 3 hours. So we're on this high-speed train, had a great experience. Everyone's like chilling, and we get to this town. It's like literally the smallest town ever. Literally looks like the slums of Brazil, bruh. It was wild. And we went to this hotel, not a nice hotel, but it is what it is, and dropped off our stuff, ran to the game, got it, saw Matteo and Ali, got in the game. So it was bad luck because Venezia or Venice, the soccer team, they got a new stadium. Every game, like their fans show out, but this is an away game, and it's crazy because Sassuolo, even though it was a home game, barely, like, it didn't have that many fans. Like the whole stadium, even though it's at a 70%. Oh, also I'm rocking a Venezia jersey. I completely forgot to mention that. I'm actually rocking Bucio's, Gianluca's. So yeah, we all rocked these too, which is super cute. Like we got a picture with all 5 of us wearing this, which is sick. So when we were at the soccer game, so the stadiums of Serie A, like the Italian league, which soccer is huge in Italy, by the way. Like they're constantly watching it at bars, especially when we got to Florence. So it's at 70% capacity, but honestly, it was like 30 or 40% filled because. And what's wild is the Venezia side, like the Venezia fans, completely filled. Sassuolo fans, like garbage. But we had a great time, although literally in the 3rd minute, my boy Gianluca got hurt. And he fought it out, but then he couldn't play the second half, which really sucked. And then they actually ended up losing 3-1, which was shitty, but it is what it is. We had some of the worst food at Reggio Emilia, because we went to just a chain place that was like popping, some Italian bread. It was so bad that we went to Lidl after and bought food to eat at the hotel. But it makes sense. You're in a small town. You're not going to have amazing food like if you were at one of the bigger cities. So after that, the next day, we went to Lawrence area. Florence. Dude, Florence. Definitely my second favorite out of the whole trip. Highly, 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 highly recommend. Like 9.8, bro. You gotta go there. Food, fire, everything, fire. Food tip, by the way, if you're in Italy, highly recommend try the tomatoes. Even if you're not a fan of tomatoes, unless you're allergic, eat that shit. The tomatoes there don't even taste like tomatoes here, bro. It tastes like fucking heaven. I don't even know how to explain it. Also, Florence, pasta, bomb. Pizza, solid, not as good as New York pizza, but better than the rest of America. Food, oh my god, Florence steaks, bro. We went to the first place that we went to get food. Randomly, like we didn't even mean it to be, was one of the top 101 steak places, and dude, we got a Florentine steak, and actually prices wasn't terrible. It was like. The whole bill was like 50 euros per person, which is pricey, but you're fucking traveling, so it's not that bad. But their steak was fire. Everything else was gas. Pasta, gas. Also, they have a foie gras, or like the spread, which is pretty much pork liver or whatever. But it is. My parents actually love that shit because it's in our culture too. Actually, my dad really liked that. My dad. And he doesn't like anything besides Vietnamese food. He enjoyed Italy for their steaks. And he said that their steaks was really fucking good. Like, noticeably good. And if he says that, that means a lot. He didn't really like pasta. He never liked pasta. And he liked their meats. Like the prosciutto. Or I don't know how to pronounce it. And their salami and shit like that. He liked that. So, yeah, that shit was gas. And so Florence, man, things you got to do if you're in Florence, like highly recommend. Go to all the piazzas. All the piazzas are so different from another. I think there's like fucking 5 of them. Who knows? So we went to the Piazza, the one with the Duomo, which is like the huge church there. Beautiful, bro. We went to the Piazza Repubblica, which is like a great shopping area. It has a carousel. It's so beautiful in Florence, bro. Like Venice and Florence is like another fucking planet, bro. It's so gorgeous. Everyone's walking there. Everyone's out. Also, Florence is more lit than Venice because everyone's out 24/7. Like even at night, it's lit as fuck. And we actually went out with Lauren's friends, Elon friends, which was super sick. I got to see everybody, meet a couple new people. Great people. I had a great time the first night. We went clubbing at one point and got in a fight because of miscommunication because we literally couldn't hear each other. That's a whole freaking experience. I was telling Lauren, yo, after this, we got to get dessert for Tao from McDonald's, which I'll get into McDonald's and why. And she thought that I was leaving. So there was a whole big ordeal, but everything was squashed because it was literally us being drunk and couldn't hear shit. The club was popping, though. That club, Babylon, was fucking popping. Dude, so let's get into McDonald's, bro. McDonald's in Italy, especially Florence, I guess, or in Italy as a whole, gas. Like, bro, like American McDonald's here, besides, I would say their fries are better. American fries obviously better. McFlurry's probably better. But everything else in Italy, way better. Here's why. Burgers don't taste like greasy pieces of shit. It tastes like actual real burgers with the ingredients they use. It just looks like, it tastes and looks like real meat. Like it doesn't taste overly salty or overly greasy at all. Awesome. Also, options, motherfucking fire, bro. They had cheesy fries. They had cheesy bacon fries. They had freaking, what else did we eat? Oh my God, dude, they had grilled cheeses that literally tasted like heaven, bro. They were on this like weird, it looked like an English muffin, but it wasn't an English muffin. It was like a ham and cheese. Oh my God, so fucking good. We got like 5 of them bitches throughout the whole trip. Like, I can't believe I'm talking about McDonald's like this. Like, you guys have to go to McDonald's in Italy, especially if you're in Florence, man. They had some of the weirdest options, too. Like, they had these, like, similar to mac and cheese bites. Like, bro, wild. And, bro, they had a whole pastry section. Like, you know, here, like, desserts consist of apple pies, like fucking cookies, basic ass stuff, right? Over there, bro, they had a full selection. You got cheesecake, you got croissants, you got Nutella croissant, you got Nutella cakes, you got, the list goes on and on. There's got to be 10 to 20 options, bro, and they were pretty good. Like the strawberry cheesecake was fire, and there was another thing that was really fire, but I can't think of it right now. That was a pastry. Also, we tried their coffee there, way better than here, but not amazing, but like way better than here. Like they have an espresso, everything, you know. It wasn't the best though. I will say, dude, coffee or espressos in Italy, fire for the most part. I think there's like 1 or 2 places I didn't like, but everywhere you go, pretty gas, dude. Huge fan of coffee there. If you guys like coffee, you're gonna love that area. Unless you like really sweet buttered up coffee. They don't have a lot of options like that unless you like completely put sugar in it yourself. But people just drink a lot of black or just like black, just sugar, or cappuccinos with a little bit of sugar, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, so here's another tip that I have for you guys. If you guys are traveling in Florence, I highly recommend going 2 to 3 nights, honestly, because there's so much to do in Florence. It's like unlimited. There's the museum. Oh, we went to the museum of Michelangelo where he did there's the original statue of David. Fire, by the way. Holy shit. You guys have to see this statue just to see it. Like the amount of detail and how well they kept it over the hundreds of years is ridiculous. Like there's literally, you can see his veins, David's veins. It's absolutely awesome. And then so this is all while Lauren was in class, so she didn't get to experience this, but me and my family, we went to the top of the dome of the Duomo, and my dad for the first time was literally like, yo, that was worth the money. He never says shit like that. We climbed up 550 stairs. So you make sure if you guys are doing that experience, which I do recommend, like if you guys go to Florence, that's a must do. Book the trip to the dome of the Duomo, which is the church. It's like this humongous church. Like I can't even fathom how big it is, right? So big that you can book different tickets for different sections. And we just wanted to go to the dome. Bring your running shoes, bring comfortable shit, and make sure you're fit, because funny ass fucking story. We literally, so we started the excursion, right? Like there's a long ass line and we're in the front on the line. We, went through security for a little bit and we start the stair trek. It's really tight, like, because, they built this back in, I think it was like the 1300s, 1400s. So like, they built the stairways really tiny and stuff because it wasn't like everything today. And oh my God, the architecture is unreal. I can't believe that the Duomo has been kept up so well. It's so gorgeous, like out of this world, bro. There's like little fucking statues on each side of the Duomo. So many statues that I can't fathom how long it would take to even build one of the statues, let alone the whole fucking Duomo, bro. Oh my God. Also, part of the Duomo isn't finished. I don't think it ever will be, because the guy who built it back in like 700 years ago died before it was finished. Some shit like that. So we start the stairs trip, right? Tala's leading the front. I'm second. My mom and dad are right behind us. Bro, literally 2 flights of stairs, like 30 total stairs, right? Out of the 500, 600 stairs. My mom goes, I don't think I can make it, guys. She's like huffing and puffing, sweating. She's like, dude, I don't think I can make it. And it's narrow, so you got a hella long line behind us. But there are sections that you can take a break. So the first section we went to, we had to take a freaking break for my mom, bro. It was so funny. She was literally like so gassed out. And I was like, bro, mom, I told you that's why you need to work out, dog. So then my dad, but also I learned that my dad is so fucking fit. Like he doesn't look fit, but he was not gassed at all. He was saying like when he goes fishing, he does shit like this all the time where you have to walk a lot and like carry stuff all the time. My sister was somewhat gassed, but when we were halfway and we got to see out the window the crazy view, she was so determined to take a picture up on the top that she was like, let's go. And I mean, to me, the stairs experience of the Duomo was awesome because it was memorable, and also like seeing the architecture of the actual stairway was brilliant, dude. It was like whoever built that shit was a master engineer. Just the way that it was crafted and all the little knickknacks. Oh, there's also like jail cells in between, which is really cool to see. But yeah, if I were to compare it to something, it's like going on the Stairmaster at a 7 or 8 rating, so like a consistent, like constant stepping for 10 to 20 minutes. I would say within that range. It's definitely not more than 20 minutes. I'd say probably 10 to 15 minutes, honestly. So when we got on top, bro, the view unfucking real, bro. Florence is so fucking pretty, bro. Like, damn, man. Like, I wish I could relive that. It was so pretty. We got pictures up there. Great experience. Overall, Florence was so awesome. We got to do so many things. I'm leaving out a lot of stories because it would literally take me like 4 hours to tell you guys all the shit that we did. So after Florence, we got a flight and everything was smooth on this flight. Nothing crazy. So we got a flight to Athens because we wanted to do a night in Athens because there was no direct flights to Mykonos that late. By the way, we wanted to go to Mykonos. So let me change to Greek music. Oh, yeah. So we were in Athens, and it's funny because the part of Athens where the airport is, the main airport's beautiful, but right outside that airport area, it's actually not in central Athens. It's like around the outskirts. It is ratchet as fuck. Scary, right? So we had to go to the hotel. We went to the hotel, and we were like, we're all kind of scared. It was like, damn, this shit looks like Vietnam out here, you know what I'm saying? And then we got to the hotel. Ended up being the coolest hotel experience ever. There's like cats there. Fucking the guy was so awesome. Shout out to Harris. He was like such a great guy. Highly, highly recommend you guys stay at the God, what hotel was that? I gotta figure that out because that was just unreal. I know I posted it. Hold up. I have to find this, guys, because I really want to shout them out. It was such a dope experience. Anyways, while I'm finding this, the hotel was so nice. They literally packed sandwiches in this fridge for us. They had breakfast in the place ready for us. They had food. alcohol at all hours there, bro. Mixed drinks like pina coladas and shit, bro. It was so fire. There's cats there. There's like cats that always come by there. Also, Greece is full of cats. So apparently back in the day, they didn't like neuter cats or spade them. So they had a fuck ton. Like how much we have of squirrels here. Imagine that, but just cats. So if you love cats, bro, perfect place. By the way, the place that we stayed at in Athens, if you're having to stay in around the hotel, is called Comfort Stay Airport Boutique Hotel. Like that was the coolest hotel experience probably of the whole trip. And it was crazy because we only had one night there, and it was literally just because we needed to go to Mykonos in the morning or in the next day. So overall, great time. We got some fire Greek food. Dude, the guy helped us get Greek food at like 1 a.m., which is awesome. I got drinks, man. It was just great hotel experience. Anyway, so after that, the next day we went to Mykonos. Bro, Mykonos, 10 out of 10. If you had to go somewhere in Europe, out of the 5 places we went to, it would be Mykonos, then Florence, then Venice. So those I highly recommend the most. Like you have to go to at some point in your life. London is like I would recommend it personally. Like you should go there. Now Paris, I'll get to Paris later. Fuck Paris. Anyways, if you're from Paris, I love you, but just fuck Paris as a whole because of our experience. But dude, when we were at Mykonos, man, everything's white, everything's beautiful. The beach is gorgeous. It was the off season almost, so like it was just the end of the actual season of like tourism. So like it was colder, and so we couldn't really do all the fun summer things. But even then, holy crap, I wish we had more time in Mykonos. We only had 2 nights there, but this is gorgeous. We also got one of the coolest hotels ever. We got the we stayed in Little Venice, which if you had to pick one place to stay in, I'd probably say Little Venice. If you had more time though, I would definitely venture out, but we didn't have that much time. But Little Venice has everything around it. It is so beautiful there. And it's called Little Venice because it has like little stores kind of similar to Venice. It has name brand stores actually. It has like Dior and shit there. Like it was crazy. Off-White store. Food there, bro. It's expensive if you're gonna eat out at like the actual places like by the ocean and stuff, which we did. But man, the seafood, dog, it was so good that Lauren even like some of it, bro. Like she got to eat the fucking calamari. She ate another seafood thing, which I was shocked, and she liked it too. And she liked it, dude. Mykonos, man. I cats everywhere, bro. Freaking walking there was awesome. Pictures there were awesome. I wish we had more time to do stuff, man. Like, God, it was and the hotel we got, it was the Little Venice Suites. I personally recommend you guys stay there because we got the ocean front view, which is like you're right on the water, and there's literally a hot tub that sees the water, and so we just stayed in the hot tub at nights. And man, such a freaking cool experience. Like, man. Oh, also another one of the stories I'll share with you guys. Oh, and if you go to Mykonos, I'm gonna say that's probably the most safe place out of all the places we went to because they're so used to tourists. They actually like tourists a lot. So they like can't recommend Mykonos enough. Next time I want to go to there and to Santorini, the other island. Man, just so cool, so cool. If I were to give you a tip on Greece, if you don't like cats, suck it up because it's fucking awesome. But if you're a cat person, you gotta go. Or fuck it, you gotta go in general. I would recommend you stay there more than 3 or 4 nights, honestly. If you're going to both islands, though, which I plan to do next time, probably a whole week, man. And aim for summer because I can't imagine how much even, like, for me, that's a 10 out of 10. It'd probably be 11 out of 10 if it was summertime, man. People there are so nice. Everything's so awesome. So we went to this restaurant. This is the only story I'll share in Mykonos. So we went to a restaurant the first night. We literally just stumbled upon a restaurant because they had a freaking a freezer, like almost like an aquarium with ice in it of all this fish and seafood that they caught. And you literally, like, at this restaurant, so beautiful. You'll see it in the vlog. You pick the food off out of there and they just cook that shit. And bro, they come next to you in Mykonos. They come next to you and take the bones out right next to you and like put it on your plate for you. My dad loved that shit. My mom loved that shit. They felt like they were ballers, bro. It was a little expensive, but honestly, not too bad. I wouldn't say it's the most expensive thing in the world. Like, it depends on where you go, honestly. But that experience was fucking awesome. And also the first restaurant, they saw that I was a YouTuber, I guess, and they gave us a bottle of liquor, bro. They wanted us to take it home with us, but we couldn't, bro. It was so much shit, so much liquor. We finished like half that shit because it was just me and my I mean, everybody took like a shot, the first one, but then it was just me and my dad going back and forth at a certain point. My dad got plastered and he like passed out, didn't even go in the hot tub that night. Yeah, man, Mykonos, man, wild experience, wild experience. The second restaurant we went to, I don't remember the name. You got to watch the vlog. You have to go there, bro. That was like best food, maybe the whole trip. Or like top 3, I know for sure. Like, god damn, that shit was amazing, bro. Florence got good food too, though, so don't doubt it. So Florence and Mykonos, highly recommend for food. All right, so after Mykonos, we were, me and Lauren went back to Florence. The family went to Paris, and then I was gonna meet up with them in Paris. Me and Lauren had a great time in Florence. I'm trying to remember any like really crazy experience. Oh yeah, we went to the little, fuck, what was it called? It's something. So it's past the Piazza Vecchio. It's like Michelangelo's area where he built like all this stuff, and you get a view of the Florence, but not from the Duomo, and you don't have to pay. It's not as nice as the Duomo, but it's really nice. Like, I highly recommend that for sure. A lot of walking too. You got to walk up a lot of stairs. LOL, because Lauren couldn't handle the stairs that well. She was like huffing and puffing too. She's a lot like my mom. But yeah, a great time with Lauren. We got to spend our our anniversary together. We opened the presents where you guys got to watch the video so you guys can check out what I got her, because she literally cried. She cried, bro. It was, anyways, I'll skip forward Florence because I already talked to you guys about Florence. But last spot, I went to Paris, and Lauren stayed in Florence because she had school. So at this point, it was just me and my family. Now, let's talk about Paris. I have a soapbox to talk to you guys about. Fuck Paris, bro. I know this is happy-ass music, but fuck Paris. And here's why. To me, if you're going to Europe, Paris should probably be, like, one of the last places you consider. I would say, like, go if you have the time just for, like, a night, just to see the Eiffel Tower and shop. Like, honestly, Paris shopping, awesome. Like, holy shit, shopping was crazy there, especially Galleria Lafayette. They have so many malls. That's just one of them, but that's the one we went to. I have a funny story with that we'll get into. But personally, Paris, man, it's just not all that great. It's literally London, smaller, dirtier, and way more dangerous. Dangerous, dirty, and it's the same architecture as London, man. I will say, we went to, when we booked a photo shoot, and when we went to the photo shoot, the guy was awesome, by the way. Felix, highly recommend. He's on Airbnb. Just look up Felix on Paris photo shoots. He's awesome. And besides there's the giant museum there, which I'm blanking on the name, but if you guys literally look up the biggest museum in Paris, you'll know what I'm talking about. Besides that and the Eiffel Tower, like, sightseeing, there's not much in Paris, bro. Like, even the bridges and shit, not as cool as London's. It's really weird, man. It's just like a shittier version of London. And food, man, food was not all that great, bro. It was weird. Bread, fire though. Like, anything bread, like croissants and motherfucking croissants. Mademoiselle. Bonjour, mademoiselle. I learned how to say thank you. How do you say thank you? Fuck, I'm blanking on it. Merci. Anyways, yeah, food is just not that great in France, man. I mean, in Paris, like, shit, like, it was weird. They do have a lot of Vietnamese food, though. Their Vietnamese food is pretty solid, but, like, French food as a whole, it's crazy because that's, like, the culinary, like, homeland, right? Just me personally, American food's better. I'm sorry to say that. Like, I'm sure there's French food that is gas, but the shit that we got, besides the foie gras, duck, like the duck liver that they eat there, that shit was gas. But even their escargots, we got it, and it's not as good as Vietnamese escargots, man. But yeah, so now let me get into the stories. So first off, when my parents were there with just Tao, they went to this Lafayette Mall, which is like the huge mall, like so beautiful. And my dad was so pissed because he couldn't find anything for him. And then the next day, I went with my mom and sister because I wanted to buy stuff for myself and friends. And I figured out why my dad couldn't find shit, because after 30 or 45 minutes of being in the mall, I'm running around this shit, right? And I'm like, bro, everything is women's. Like, you even read it, and it's all women's stuff, like every floor. So I asked a guy that was working there. I was like, yo, where could I find, like, men's clothes? He goes, bro, this mall is... Yeah, he literally goes, bro. No, I'm just playing. He goes, this whole mall is just women's clothes. And I was like, what the fuck? I just wasted all that time. He was like, no, you're going to have to go next door, outside the building, next door, to go to just the men's side. But once I finally went to the men's mall, which is, like, kind of connected, but it's across the street, whole freaking different building. Oh, my God. Literally wild, bro. I don't like shopping, but goddamn, they had every brand. Every street brand, every name brand, like... Oh, man, it was wonderful. I balled out for the first time in my life. I never spend money on myself. Like, I think the most expensive thing I ever bought for myself was maybe $100, like shoes, or like this hoodie from Teddy Fresh that was like $80, something like that. But dude, I balled out. I got a pair of Christian Dior shoes, like street shoes. They're like the Converse style shoes. Oh my God, that shit was. But I learned that if you shop, I recommend, if you like name brands, shop in Paris, because if you're from America, you get a VAT tax off, and you just get, okay, so this is a good lesson for you guys. So if you guys are shopping in Paris or in Europe as a whole, because we did this in Italy too, because Italy has a lot of like great brands, I highly recommend you guys buy shit that you guys need there, that are name brands, because you get a VAT tax off. And how you do that is at the end of your whatever shopping trip that you're at that mall, there'll be a section where you can get a tax form back. It's called Global Blue form, or I guess there could be another one, but I think all of them mainly are Global Blue. And so the VAT, it'll be a paper where you show your passport or scan it, and it comes out with paper with your receipt, right? So whatever amount that you paid, and I think the minimum is like to spend 50 or 100 or something like that, euros. Once you spend that amount, right, there's a certain amount that you're supposed to get back, and it ranges from 10 to freaking 20%, bro. You can get a 20% discount. And on top of that, just let it be known that most of the stuff that you buy in these places, because they're from Italy or France, they're gonna be cheaper anyways, and you get a tax. So you're getting like a super discount on name brand stuff, which, like, obviously is still expensive, but if you're gonna buy it in America, it's way cheaper. And I'll give you an example here in a little bit, but you get that paper, right? And as long as keep that paper, it's so important. At the end of your whole trip, when you're going back to America, that last airport, which for us was in Paris, you just gotta get it checked by their. There's like a little section of every airport that is a tax section, where the tax center, and you go to the machine and you just scan your VAT forms, and most of them will be validated. If it's not validated, you'll just have to validate it with the guy and then send it in. He'll just have to see your product, just make sure that you're buying it and you're not lying, blah, 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 stamp, boom. You get to put it in the form, and then you get the money back. So this is an example of how much money you can save. So again, and let you guys know, I'm not rich at all, but I did ball out because the fact I'm in fucking Paris. I'm going to buy something for myself, for once. So these Dior shoes, right? Their retail, like how much you get in the store, is 930 euros, which if you translate that to US, I think it's like 980 or something like that. And if you buy it in America on Dior.com, the same exact shoes, gray bottoms, everything, they're $1,200. So you're already saving $220, right? On top of that, the VAT tax return was 20%, bro. So I got to save an extra like almost $200. So I got those shoes for almost, I would say, right around $400 cheaper than if you got them in America at $1,200. I paid like $800 because you got the VAT tax back, which is awesome, man. Definitely keep those forms. Make sure you get those forms at the malls. They might mention it when you check out, but if they don't, they might not. Like, they might not think you're American or whatever. Just make sure you get those forms. Like, that's probably one of my top tips, especially if you're a shopper, man. Get a lot of money back. But yeah, okay, now here's why. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, and then we can end this whole story of Europe. Why do I say fuck Paris, and why you probably shouldn't go there unless you really want to see the Eiffel Tower and shopping. If you're a shopper, definitely go there for like a night or two, but don't go for more than 2 nights. Fuck Paris for that. I keep saying fuck Paris. So other than shopping and other than seeing like the Eiffel Tower and maybe the museum, there's nothing there, bro. And the food's not that good. I mean, there's stuff there, but it's not compared to the other places. Like, not even close. Like, even London, which is 4th on my list, is significantly more fun and better than Paris. Like, if you walk around Paris, there's really not a lot to do, which sucks, bro. And it's dirty. It smells like fucking piss everywhere almost. So we went to get Viet food, right? So this is the last night, and this is why we all kind of just don't like Paris that much as a family, especially if you're Asian. So we went to a Vietnamese restaurant, and I'll just leave the music off. It was a 6-table restaurant, so pretty small, but the tables were pretty long, so like you can sit with people. I would say a total of 8 chairs per table. So you're looking at what was that? 8 times 6, 42 total chairs. This Vietnamese owners, they're so cute. I spoke Viet with them because they didn't speak English anyways. They only spoke French or Viet, which is awesome because that my Vietnamese came in handy. Shout out to myself. Thank you. Anyways, so we went to this Vietnamese restaurant. We're sitting in the middle table with like these other 2 people that's at the end of the table. But there's people at every table, so it's pretty filled in there. And we're going through the meals. I'm vlogging myself, like my normal self, chilling. Food's out of Paris. That was the best place, easily. The food there was good. Everywhere else sucked, but that one was good. It's called Bonjour Vietnam. So shout out to them. So we're eating there, and we're sitting in the middle table. I'm sitting next to Dad. Dad's at the end of the table, and in front of him is Tao, who's at the front of the table. My sister, at the end of the table too, and then my mom's in front of me. We're enjoying our meal. I'm starting to eat my fire pho, and then this guy, who is in like black clothing, he looks almost like a UPS worker. I don't know how to describe anything else like that in terms of clothing, but obviously no brands. And then he has like a mask on. And he's a darker skin tone, so maybe Arabic, Indian, one of those fields, right? He starts speaking to us in French and gibberish. Like, it happened so fast. And crazy, I caught half of this on camera, so you guys might be able to actually see this in the vlog. So he comes up to our table, and I was vlogging, and then we like all turned to our table because he's like getting our attention and shit. He's holding in one hand a cup, like a tiny little like Dixie cup with a coin in it, or a euro or whatever, right? And he's trying to show it to my sister and mom. Like, he's putting it to their face, like right here. Like, and he's saying shit like, right? Like, or, and me and my dad, I'm saying, yo, don't give him money, or like, don't take money, because this is like weird. Like, not to not give someone money, but like, bro, like, he's right in our face. This is fucking weird. I was just like, don't take it. Don't give him the money. I didn't know what he was doing, whether he was giving us the coin or whatever, right? I was like, don't do it. And so, and in Tao's perspective, he's right in front of Tao because she's at the end of the table. She was looking at the coin, and with his other hand, he had a towel wrapping around her phone on the table. Let it be known, Tao literally has a neck thing for her phone because she's been robbed in Barcelona before, so she was really prepared, and she like usually hides it. But the one time she puts it on the table, just like casually, just places it on the table, right? This dude tries to sneak this shit. And from my perspective, I didn't see that. All I was looking at was a coin and this dude. Tao screamed. I hear and see Tao scream, "Hey, that's my phone. What the fuck?" And bro, shit fucking popped off. I got the rest of this on camera, which is funny because I was vlogging at the time, and I didn't even mean to catch this on camera. I stand up. You see me in the camera standing up. My dad's standing up. This dude like in the back of us, like we don't even fucking know him. He's standing up, and then the owner of the restaurant's coming out. He's like, "Duma," which is like, "Fuck you," like, "Get the fuck out of my restaurant." And he was trying to steal her phone. My sister yanks that shit back. This dude is so fucking bold. He went in a packed ass restaurant to steal my sister's phone. Like, bro, pickpocketing there and stealing and shit, bro, dangerous, especially if you're Asian. Because the couple next to us was literally like, they probably targeted you guys, being honest, because you guys look like tourists, because you guys are Asian. There's not a lot of Asians here, and if they are here, like, you can kind of tell. And Yeah, bro, fucking scary. Like my sister and mom was shaking after that experience. And thank God everything was fine. Like the first time she got robbed in Barcelona, she actually got her phone taken. This time, thank God nothing was taken. I was laughing after that just because that's how I deal with traumatic experiences. But also I was laughing at the fact that I got that on camera, like fucking content, bro. Man, fuck Paris, bro. Scary, 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 scary experience. And that was the last night too. So my dad hates Paris. I wouldn't say I hate Paris, but I don't like Paris. So I'm indifferent about it. Is to say the least. But yeah, Europe as a whole, amazing experience, bro. I would say no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing in life, at some point in your life, I highly recommend you at least check out Europe. Stick to the safer places, stick to the bigger places. I'd say Greece, Mykonos, and Santorini, especially. Highly can't even fathom not living a life without checking that place out. Like that's how fucking lit it is, bro. Definitely go there, especially during peak tourist season. Second, I might say like, oh no, I do say I'm gonna say Florence. You gotta go there, bro. And then Venice. Like those three have to must go. London, I also recommend just for the experience. It was really fun. I think it's smart to go to London first because not only is there more direct flights because it's closer to America, but also London as a whole is like a good warm up to everything else. Instead of stepping down, you can kind of step up the ladder as you travel. And then yeah, Paris. I mean, if you're shopping, go. Like if you're a big shopper, but just please stay safe. Honestly, next time I am probably gonna go back to Paris just because I really did enjoy shopping there. But I am probably gonna get takeout or just eat around the hotel. I'm not going out far at all. Fuck that. Yeah. So there was my Europe trip, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you. I know that was great. Yeah, I know this video probably won't get a lot of views, but if you guys did listen, I love you guys. You guys mean the world to me. You guys are the best. I hope everybody had a great Halloween, by the way. Thanksgiving is coming up. God, I have to get ready to cook. I cook every year, so me and Michelle, my sous chef. So we're going to be planning a whole menu, which is going to be funny. We're going to print that shit out and everything. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I'll see you guys next week. By the way, please stay tuned because Lana, my freaking niece, is going to be in my next episode. That's going to be so funny. She's super excited. I'm so hyped to have her. Yeah, go to Europe. Love you guys. Stay tuned, man. My main channel, if you guys don't know that, it's gonna be my link in the, it's gonna be one of the links in the description box. Please check out my main channel, Loon Kdo. That dude, the videos that are gonna be uploading probably starting next week, fucking fire, bro. Like the food we tried, the vlogging. I got so much content, man. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for staying tuned. Yeah, that's about it. See you guys next time. Peace.